Welcome to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Let's be great. Let's be great.
Where we'll hang out and discuss all things fantasy football.
Go rock this thing, huh? Love you, man. Go get it.
We'll give our best fantasy advice, predictions, insights, and more.
Play our game. All right? Play hard, but stay poised. Get it done.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. The show starts with Devin, Rick, and Quinn right now.
What is up, First fans? Welcome, Friday night after Thanksgiving edition.
Black Friday.
Yep.
Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving.
We have a special episode for y'all. We have a little Thanksgiving special. We're going to have our feasts and our famines.
Ooh.
Feast is our starts and famines is our sits, if you didn't already know. But this is our starts and
What do you
sits.
mean?
Feast our famines.
Our people are the smartest people out there.
That is true.
That's why they watch us.
That's right. So
Yep, that is true.
they knew that right away, I'm sure, right? You knew it right away? If you knew it right away in the comments below, just answer it right away. And if you didn't, don't say anything and we'll know. You know.
All right, let's start off with your feast.
Quarterback feast. We're doing quarterbacks first.
Feast.
Who's your quarterback feast?
Carson Wentz.
Ooh, you think he's gonna
Seattle,
feast,
their
huh?
weak defense. Carson Wentz has had a really rough start to the season, but as the weeks progress, he's starting to get better. They had Alshon Jeffrey last week. He's at least 1 week experienced now, and they're supposed to have Zach Ertz come back, which will come later.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Sounds good.
I think Carson Wentz is going to be a feast this week.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to feast on some Taysom Hill.
Nice choice.
It was my pickup this week.
Yeah.
However, he looked pretty good last week overall. I was pretty
he did.
impressed, and I think he should do pretty good this week. If he gets you a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown or two, I think he'll get some rushing yards, some passing yards. Denver defense has been okay this year, but nothing spectacular, and I just don't think they're going to be prepared for a running quarterback. So,
Yeah, I was going to say he should get at least 50 yards rushing.
yep.
I can see it.
All right.
It's a good one.
On to Quinn.
My start is Noodle Arms, Phillip Rivers.
Ooh.
Yep. He got 24 points 2 weeks ago against the Titans.
Okay.
Same spiel I think is going to happen here, except for they were at Titans. They will be at Colts this upcoming game. So that's good for Noodle Arm here. And I believe he will get an extra touchdown. This kind of same thing. He's going to most likely throw over 300 yards.
He has looked pretty decent the last few weeks. I
Yeah.
give him that.
Yeah.
So
And I believe he'll just grab another touchdown for you. So Noodle Arms McGee should get you some good points this week if you play him.
I like it.
all right.
I guess I should actually go on to my sit right away because my sit is Taysom Hill.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Carson Wentz.
Interesting. Okay.
It's tough to sit a quarterback who is on a high-powered offense, but surprisingly in this one, I don't expect a lot of scoring.
Okay.
Okay.
I think some field goals will be the action. I think they did pretty good against the Falcons because, they didn't know what to expect from Taysom Hill. I think the Broncos would have seen some playing, and with them being Denver, the only thing going for Denver, I believe, is their really good defense when it comes to the run. And I think they'll be able to stop Taysom Hill in his run, and most of his points last week was him getting those 2 touchdowns on his runs and 50 yards rushing. So I believe they're going to have to make Taysom Hill throw. He's going to have some mistakes because this ain't like the Falcons defense who give up the most points. I just think that Taysom Hill will come back to earth, and we'll have to see some
All right.
action going.
Well, we shall see. In the comments down below, you like Taysom Hill or you don't like Taysom Hill? Let us know.
I'm either way.
Okay, we're counting on you now, then.
All right, who's your?
I'm sitting Ryan Tannehill versus Indy.
Okay.
He has slowly looked not so great over the last several weeks. Last time they played Indy, he had 147 yards and 1 touchdown, and that was at Tennessee. Now they're going to Indy.
Yeah.
I just don't see much improvement over that. I mean, could it be a little bit? Sure, but I just don't see him exploding or doing anything great. So I'm sitting Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
Nice. I like it. Mine's Roethlisberger, if they play.
Yeah,
if they play. Because they postponed to Tuesday. Well, first they postponed to Saturday and then Tuesday, so they've already postponed twice. I think that's very bad luck. I just don't see Roethlisberger doing a whole lot, especially Baltimore. It's a rival team. I don't see a whole lot of scoring in that game, honestly, on either side.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good, all you Tuesday football fans.
Running back
Feasts. You want to start us off?
Okay, I'm kind of giddy about Miles Sanders this week. Probably for the same reasons you are. I think he can collect some passing yards, and I think he'll be okay.
That's right.
You thought he was saying sit?
No, I thought you were saying that I'm giddy about Sanders, but
No, you're giddy about
Carson Wentz.
Right,
so
okay. I can see kind of along with that. He's a pass catching back. I can see him catching 5, 6, 7 passes and getting some decent yardage out of the pass, and then doing some out of the run as well, and getting a touchdown. So he hasn't looked great. He's looked pretty good in the limited time he's been. I think he's fully healthy right now.
I mean, he's a great running back, and he hasn't really done a whole lot, so he's bound to explode at some point. I think it's his time.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other thing is Seattle's allowed 7 TDs in the last 4 games to running back. So they're 27th ranked against the run.
Yeah.
It's set up for him to have a good game. Let's see if he can do it.
I like it. What do you got?
I have Myles Gaskin.
Okay, Myles Gaskin.
So it's still unknown.
Assuming he plays.
And the backup here is I'm starting Matt Breida if he does not play.
Okay.
So Myles Gaskin, it's still unknown if they will take him off IR, but he's been practicing all week, and the coach said he's looked really good.
Right.
So heading into that, they are against the Jets, which is a bad team all around. I expect them to get lit up by the Dolphins, and Myles Gaskin has been a really good running back for this team when he's played. And
you think he'll be good right off the bat when he comes back, or do you think he'll need a game to get into it?
Well, I trust the coach saying that he's looked good in practice and he's been practicing. So,
all right,
I'm all for Myles Gaskin if he's
Let's do it. Let's start him up.
I have, for my feast running back, I got David Montgomery.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, going against Green Bay, very soft defense against the run.
Okay.
David Montgomery has also had 17 carries averaging over the past 4 games.
Yeah, he's been getting the work.
Yeah, he's been getting the opportunities. He just really hasn't exploded. And I feel like this game, he's going to explode.
Okay.
All right, good explosion from that guy. So we should do our famines now, huh?
Famine.
I guess I'll start.
All right.
I am not playing Jonathan Taylor this week.
Ooh.
He was not a factor when they last played.
Yeah.
He got 5 carries, which is not Jonathan Taylor action for you.
It was on Naheem Hines.
Yep, all Naheem Hines.
So is this going to be a Naheem Hines game then?
Well, that's why I'm starting Phillip Rivers, because I believe they're going to still stay away from the fully loaded run and keep passing up the ball, because the Titans are not so good in the passing game, and they have all these players that are going to do it. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is going to be the guy to play, as I think they're going to continue the flow from 2 weeks ago that they were able to get the win, because they need the win. This is a must-win game.
I got it.
All right, nice.
So they can take the division.
Well, I'm sitting Melvin Gordon.
Ooh.
Versus New Orleans Saints. They have only allowed an average of 44 yards per game rushing
Per carry.
over the last 5 games, and no TDs to running backs.
That's it.
That says stud muffin.
Yeah.
And Melvin Gordon, besides last week, hasn't looked that great.
Not a stud muffin.
Not a stud muffin. So after seeing him look good last week, you might think, hey, maybe I'll play him. But it's not going to be the case, folks. Sit Melvin Gordon.
Okay.
And that, I might sit Phillip Lindsay too, although I think he'll probably do a little bit better. But not much. Not much.
I was just about to ask you about Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah, I would sit both of them.
Okay. I have James Conner. Again, if they play, because they have already...
Look at this. He took the easy way out. He's like, man...
If they play... He's like, I know they won't play, so I can't be wrong.
That's right.
I only picked 2 from Pittsburgh. But, I mean, these are really big-name players, though. I mean, a lot of people are starting Roethlisberger and James Conner.
Very true.
I would sit both of them.
Okay.
I would actually sit the whole offense, although I didn't actually say the whole offense.
You think it's that bad, huh?
Yeah.
There's got to be points somewhere.
I don't see them.
They ain't going to get 0.
Even with all those COVID people sitting out?
is going to go off.
Even with all those COVID people sitting out? I mean, the Ravens aren't very strong.
Lamar Jackson has COVID.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If they play Tuesday, Lamar Jackson's not playing.
Yeah.
Their top 2 running backs aren't playing.
Right.
They've got some on the defense that aren't playing.
Right.
So you don't think they can exploit that?
I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of scoring at all. On the receivers.
Feasting receivers.
Yep.
Do you want me to start?
Sure, let's
Good
do
if
it.
you-
I got
like.
Devontae Parker going with the Miles Gaskin. I think Miami is just absolutely going to destroy the New York Jets.
They were pretty upset last week
And
when
then
the
they lose.
Broncos beat them.
Nobody saw that coming. Yes, I'm going to start soft defense. 55% of people are starting Devontae Parker this week.
I am.
Yeah, I would expect that number to go
I
up
am
a little
too.
bit
Yeah.
because he's going to explode this week.
Yeah, he should have a good game. The other
Yeah.
really positive for him is that Fitzpatrick is likely going to start, which
Yeah.
is better for
Devontae
Parker. Yeah.
Right.
And
Statistically
speaking, Devontae Parker lines up more on the left-handed side of Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, I mean, for all you fans out there who really want to pay attention to that, but that's easier throwing for him.
Yeah.
I got it. Well, I like that. Good pick.
Yeah.
Good choice.
I'm going with Justin Jefferson. Since there is likely no Adam Thielen, he's going to get all the targets.
I was almost about to fix
All of the targets. And we see what he can do with targets. So
Yeah.
I think he should have a good game.
Yeah.
I was pretty high initially on the quarterback, but now that Adam Thielen's out, I think it's just going to be kind of a maybe 220-yard throwing game and 1 or 2 touchdowns, and I think Justin Jefferson's going to go over 100 and have that touchdown. So,
Okay.
all right.
What do you got?
I'm starting Travis Fulgam.
Ah, really?
He's gotten a combined 2 catches for 16 yards in each of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So he's been a beast.
And you're starting him because?
Yes, I am starting because Wentz will have to throw against the Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be Fulgham as opposed to?
I believe
Rigor,
that
or-
this is going to be Fulgham's. This is going to be Fulgham's game to bounce back.
Okay.
Because the only thing that the Seahawks have going for them on their defense is their one cornerback plays really good. They've been getting exploded by the secondary receiver or
Definitely
the third
tearing them up.
receiver, and that's
Okay.
where Travis Fulgham's going to play because Alshon Jeffrey is back into the mix. So I believe that he's going to look good once again for y'all.
Okay.
Sweet. All right.
And I think I should go next again because I have a
Famine.
sit when one of you have a start.
Okay, go for it.
Justin Jefferson.
Wow. All right, you heard it here too. Let's down below. First, listen to what he has to say, and
All right.
then.
So they're going
Although
against
it's not going to matter, but you could still listen.
they're going against the Panthers defense, right? The worst against the run. This is going to be Dalvin Cook's week for sure, especially with Adam Thielen. They're most likely going to run him more. I mean, even if Dalvin Cook goes out for a couple seconds because he's been getting the ball the whole time, Alexander Madison's has come in. They're going to run him a few. I think that this is going to be that main thing.
So, are they going to pass at all?
The only thing, once again, about this defense is their cornerback is super, super good. And he's going against Justin Jefferson, which is not... I would play Justin Jefferson if Thielen is in. But looks to be that Thielen's out. Justin Jefferson is going to have the hard matchup. And they know that that's their only threat at wide receiver, possibly, watching past plays. So I think Justin Jefferson is going to not only not do good, but get shut down completely.
All right, now you've heard it. Down below. Shut down or nothing. That'll prove me right because, you guys don't like to say stuff. So, in the comments below, is he going to explode or get shut down? My famine is Julio Jones.
Oh, nice.
Versus Las
He
Vegas.
took the easy way out.
Well, he's a top wide receiver, and it's looking like he's going to play. However, I just don't trust him with his hamstring. He could be limp again, and I just don't trust it. So I'm sitting him. Okay, that's all I got to say.
That's when he goes for 100 yards.
It's quite possible. I mean, he's got the talent to.
I mean, he's either going to do one or the other.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, go ahead.
That's true. So would you start Calvin Ridley?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I would.
So would you start
Calvin
Russell Gage?
Depends on what you need, but no.
Okay. If Julio Jones is for sure out
No.
against the Raiders defense?
I started Russell Gage last time.
It has been
and I got burned.
pretty decent.
All right, go ahead.
All right, my famine on wide receiver is A.J. Brown. Kind of had a bit of a reach this week. But he's going against Indy. I mean, that's a very strong defense. Mm-hmm. You had Ryan Tannehill as a sit-him, so kind of goes together.
Sure does.
And, I mean, A.J. Brown, he's not had more than 10 targets this week, or this year. I don't see against Xavier Rhodes, a cornerback who's very talented. He's actually having a pretty good season, too. I don't see him going anywhere close to 10 targets at all. I see somewhere close to about 4 or 5 targets at most.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would sit A.J. Brown this week.
All right. You heard it there first, folks.
Sounds good.
First, folks.
You want to go ahead and give us your feast on tight end right away?
Feast and tight end. So I picked kind of an obvious one, Hunter Henry, going against Buffalo.
Pick me.
Did you do too?
I did too.
I did not. All right, go ahead.
I mean, Buffalo has been giving up a lot on for tight ends.
They're the worst ranked, 32.
Yeah. 32nd against tight ends. And Hunter Henry is not exactly a top-tier tight end. He's outside of that, Darren Waller and Kelsey. In that
It's like that
mix.
6 to 10 kind of
Well, you
tight end.
have Waller and Kelsey, and then tier 2 you have 10 other players.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Right.
15 other players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. I think that Hunter Henry should have a solid game.
Yeah.
And it's not much else to say.
Yeah.
All right.
My start is Hayden Hurst.
Okay.
Ooh.
He did the unimaginable last week, and he laid the golden goose egg. Got you this many points.
Yeah.
And
He's got to
if you
redeem
put them
himself
together,
and get
that's
you
still
3.
0. Yeah, so he did not impress, but you'd think you can't get worse than that, right?
Well, you could fumble or something.
But no, the only thing that is happening here is he is questionable, but he did get some practice in Friday. And the Raiders' defense is not good against the tight end.
Yeah.
He should have a comeback week and do what he usually does. I mean, which is basically 12 points, but in tight ends this year, if you're not Kelsey or Waller, you're just hoping that they get more than 5. So,
Basically.
and that's basically Hurst here. So,
All right, onto the famine.
On to the family.
I am sitting once again. 2 weeks ago, I also sat this guy, John U. Smith.
Okay.
So Smith had 9 points against the Colts 2 weeks ago, and 6 of those points came on a 1-yard rush touchdown, which is his first rush of the year.
Yeah.
So I don't expect him to ever do that again, which means he's unlikely that he gets his touchdown again this time. So I would just stay away from him this week, and since
He's a very
Ryan Tannehill ain't gonna do it.
touchdown dependent kind of tight end right now. So he's not. I mean, if he doesn't get that touchdown, you're going to get 3 or 4 points. It seems like.
So I would just roll a dice and then pick whatever the number tells you on tight ends and the waiver wire pickup, because any of them can go off.
Well, this one pains me to say, but I'm sitting Jared Cook. It's our bet. Anyway, he's the Denver defense has only allowed 2 touchdowns all year. I expect Taysom Hill.
2 tight ends.
2 tight ends, correct. I expect Taysom Hill to have that one read and then run kind of thing. And unfortunately, Jared Cook is not going to be that one read. So I don't see him doing much. He didn't do much last week, and before he didn't do much. So I don't see him doing much this week either, unfortunately.
Man, how good would
Pains me to say.
How good would be the Broncos defense? Only 2 touchdowns this year.
Yeah. They had 2 touchdowns to tight ends. So.
But their record is still 0.
And those were early on. They haven't allowed anything for like
years.
8 or 9 weeks.
Yeah.
So
And what those
Two
probably
touchdown
came
tight
from
ends.
Kelsey too.
it's quite possible.
So,
All right.
well, Kelsey and Darren Waller, funny as it is,
Yeah.
they're both in that division. Those are probably
Yeah.
your touchdowns, because those are the only tight ends you can actually trust. But go ahead.
All right. My tight end, I have Zach Ertz. A bit of an easy one, actually, but I was actually surprised to see that over 15% of people are starting him right now. And by the time that Sunday/Monday reaches, more people are going to probably start him because Zach Ertz is playing. Even if Zach Ertz is playing, I would not play him at all. He's probably hardly even going to get targeted at all.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And I know that kind of goes against Carson Wentz, but I think Carson Wentz is going to go off not targeting Zach Ertz this week.
Yeah.
But Carson Wentz is going to have to throw, so it's all going to have to go to Fulgam.
Fulgam.
Well, there you have it, folks.
And Sanders.
Those are our start sits this week. Hope you had a good time listening to us jibber jabber back and forth.
Sorry you had to mostly hear about the Colts, Titans, and Seattle and
hey, when you got good teams, good matchups,
Eagles.
you got to play those guys. So
yeah.
All right, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. If you like the video, please click the like, helps us out. If you want to hear more videos like this, we've got our waiver wire pickups Mondays, start sits on Fridays. Just click on the subscription button there and then click on notifications, and that will notify you as soon as these videos come out. Get you ahead of your competition, which is the only reason we're doing this, right? We want to finish first in our leagues. So thanks again for watching.
Thank you for listening to the FantasyFootballFirst.com podcast.
Jackson throws complete. Crabtree has it for a touchdown.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Get more fantasy info and check us out at FantasyFootballFirst.com.